So, like a lot of people, I learn best just by watching somebody do something and seeing their process. That's exactly what I'm going to do today. My last video was all about how to write realistically inside the computer using orchestral plugins and get something that sounds like a real group. And I'm going to just do that today, step by step. Last time I gave you some ideas, some tricks. Today you will see me do it. So, let's get busy. Okay, so step one is always to pick a tempo and a key. So let's do, I don't know, like 106. That's cool. And let's just pick a key. Let's just say we're going to do this in C minor. That's always a good one. Good one to play on the computer. So I'm going to first open up the BBC Spitfire plugin. And normally I would do this from a template. I would have a pre-made template with all my instruments already laid out, but like I said, I wanted to build this up from scratch. So right now this is set to strings on violin 1. Let me just duplicate this, make a couple instances of it. I'm going to do 5, and this one too many. All right, so the next thing I did, I renamed all those tracks to the names of each thing in the strings family: violin 1, violin 2, viola, cello, and bass. And then I went into the individual plugin instances for each track and just change those in this menu to correspond to that. So now we are all set up. Again, you could already have a template with this made, but that's how I set it up to begin with. Let's start recording some things. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I have a melody in here. I have to decide what's going to happen compositionally. I think I'm going to go to the bass and do some kind of counter melody, some contrapuntal thing. So I'm just going to play again in C minor in the bass part, see what happens. Alright, so I didn't like that swell that I did on the violin part. I'm just going to go in to the MIDI control for the violin part, go to the mod wheel control. As you can see, there's like a big thing. I'm just going to take the pencil tool and just reshape this a little bit and add some motion in here. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Let me just get rid of that completely. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I want to play around with some editing tricks. I'm going to harmonize this little cell. I know we only have a very short chunk of music, but I'm going to show you how this expands quickly. We're just going to copy and paste this into the track below it. So now we have it on the violin 2 track. All right, then I'm going to come in here. It's the same articulation. Let me put this plug into a different articulation. Right now it's on legato. I'm gonna make this maybe long harmonics. Let's see. All right, now we're at a range. So in other words, it's playing the MIDI notes below the range of what that sound is. Harmonics on a violin are gonna go up, so we just bring this up an octave. Or 2. There we go. Harmonics, like I said, they're very high. And I'm just going to expand the end of these to fill in those gaps. So there's a little overlap. Good. I don't hear that break anymore. Let's play these together. Cool, so now I'm actually going to bring these down in pitch. So see, this is on a C. Let's come down roughly maybe a fourth. This is in key, this is in key. Just check all the notes that we're still in good harmony. And I'm trying to stay mostly in the key as C minor right now, like I said at the beginning of the video. Cool, and then with the bass. Cool, and now I actually want to take this whole section and we're just going to double this in length. So just take this, put it here. Oh, I don't like that break, so let's actually make these MIDI clips join together. And we're just going to see what we can do to fill in this gap here. So if I play it from here. So what's probably happening is it's the automation curve. We just have to go and edit that. Yeah, see, it's dropping out right here. Again, just get the pencil tool, and I'm gonna fill this in a little bit. Let's just play this back. Up, still hearing a gnarly gap in there. Might have to overlap the part a little bit. So just take this guy. Nope, don't want to drag, I want to overlap. Much better. So now I have to do the same thing up here, most likely. You just check out the automation curve, see what that looks like, same problem. So I'm just gonna quickly go in and finish this. Same thing up here. I'm gonna assume, yep, same issue, boop, boop, boop. Turn the quantize off. And then also, I will overlap both of these parts a little bit. A little bit here, and then a little bit here. Let's just hear how that break sounds. Oop. Need some context. Let's go from the back. Cool, and then here, actually what I'm gonna do, I'm still hearing this. Let's add like some kind of passing. Let's overlap this a little bit. I'm gonna pull down the expression control here so it's not as abrupt, and then maybe even layer in another note to help move that into the next phrase. Basically, we're trying to take this little cell we started with and build this up into a bigger phrase. So let me do this and then maybe put a note above it. See how this sits. Come on. Cool. So I'm gonna put this right on the downbeat actually. And then maybe we'll do something in the middle strings to help move this more. I need to hear that in context. Go back. Might work. Might change that later. Anyway, good. So now let's put in some middle string parts to move this a little bit more. I'm thinking something more rhythmic. All right, so I have my cello, and I'm going to change it to spiccato, which is a short articulation. Let me just close that up. Let's do a take and see where this goes. Alright, not bad. A couple of mistakes, but we can fix those. Okay, so let's clean that up a little bit. Not some bad ideas, but kind of messy playing. cool. So the first off, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight all this and drag all the velocities down. We want to keep them the same relative to each other. We don't want to lose too much of the take. But yeah, some of it I just like bumped keys and stuff. The plugin's kind of sensitive. Let's try it. I'm going to measure them off for now. Very quiet. So maybe that was too much of a good thing. Bring this back up a little bit. See what we find. Maybe bring this down a little bit. I'm trying to hear that rhythm, but like as quietly as I can. That bum, ba-da-dum, bum. Maybe bring this up a little bit, just above the threshold of where you can hear it. And this note we could use a little more of. Maybe this one a little less of. Too much. Whoops. Here we go. Come on. Cool, this is just a little off. And then the same thing, this has to come up. And put that on the beat. Yeah, some of this I was just ahead of the beat. Maybe I'm nervous. I'm doing the video. But you see what I'm doing? I'm just taking the notes that are, some of them where it's like a little ahead off the grid. I actually want to leave that. But the big important arrival points, like especially downbeats, that I usually will snap to a grid. Yeah, like this, or something like this is in between. I'll often turn the grid off and just move it so it's close-ish. Closer to the line, but not like on the line, you know? Then something like this needs to be stronger. Like this ostinato, this repeating pattern could be a little bit more subliminal, but anything that leads you into the next arrival point, that I like to be a little stronger. And then maybe a nice downbeat here. So we have bum, bum, bum. I could even do like an octave, double it. Yeah. Sometimes instead of raising the velocity on something, if you need a stronger, like, here it is kind of moment, instead of making it louder, you just double it. Let's see if this works. Yeah, this moment back here worked. Here I just need to do some edits. Let's just put these right on the downbeat. Playing ahead of the beat today. This note, you hear it popped out, you hear like boom, boom. That's just, need that to be on and less velocity. These notes I'm not hearing, I'm just gonna bump these up. This I might change. This I'm actually going to move a 16th note over. So instead of bo 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 bo, I want boom ba dum boom. Let's see. Yeah, better. These are a little off, but I'm going to leave them. All right, so then I'm just going to, I think what I'm going to do is just make this repeat at the midpoint. So I'm going to get rid of that. And then just take what I have and double it. And then, ooh, yikes. Let me just move this back over. Okay, and then this will be our phrase. These actually, I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. So I want the first two to be quieter and then lead us into something. So again, this is general trend upward into the velocity level we wanted it to be at. Okay, so this is coming along well, but we're just getting warmed up. This is a 5-part series on writing orchestral music, And next week I'm going to be showing you how to add some percussion and some woodwind parts to help it move along. In the meantime, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and leave me a comment to let me know how I did. But if you want to see the whole series right now, totally uninterrupted, it's available on my Patreon, which I will link to below. So I will see you for the next one. Take care and have a good week.